Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather here to say goodbye. Goodbye to a faithful old friend. A friend who's been with us year after year, unchanged, unloved, but always there. Pricey punt hockey in Be A Pro, you froze in time, just like the ice you were played on. But okay, enough with the funeral. NHL 26 brings us a lot of new things in Be A Pro mode. So let's dive into it to see if they actually delivered everything we wanted. This year, we will see a lot of changes in the mode a lot of people already gave up on. And it will include new presentations, new storylines, and new consequences if you don't deliver what is expected from you. Obviously, I assume you all seen the deep dive. It was only 3 minutes long, so not really a lot was being shown. So I'll just try to summarize it and share my own opinions and thoughts about what do I actually think. Will I finally actually open Be A Pro mode in NHL 26? Because I didn't play it for a very long time. So firstly, this year EA is introducing a new chapter-based structure to your journey. Once you open the mode and create your own player, you have to choose a country you want to represent in World Juniors, and that's where your story will begin. You will compete in the semi-finals and potentially in finals, and based on your performance, it will set a tone for everything to follow. That also includes which round and which pick you will be in an NHL draft. I think adding World Juniors is definitely a really cool feature because everyone who loves hockey also loves World Juniors. I don't really know a single hockey fan who don't watch it. And personally for me, watching the kids playing in the World Juniors is actually more exciting than watching actual NHL regular season games, at least some of them for sure. So I guess I will create my own player, choose Team Latvia, and hopefully I play against Canada because that always goes well. So if we keep talking about the storylines and the chapters, once you're done with the World Juniors, the next chapter of course is the NHL draft, where hopefully you will get picked by a good team. And yes, this screenshot really doesn't represent a good team, so sorry Bedard, but it also will not be that easy. Once you put the jersey on, you still will need to battle for a spot in the starting lineup, so you will need to prove yourself in all the preseason games, and if unfortunately you don't make the cut, you're going down to the AHL. And that also can happen at any point while you're in NHL, because you will need to progress and complete various different challenges and prove you're worth the lineup spot. Again, for someone who didn't really play a lot of Be A Pro in the last couple of years, I am really excited about all the new presentation and cutscenes and stuff like that. Maybe just because I'm a sucker for presentations in offline modes. I don't really care about the presentations in online modes, well, not gonna lie, but I think in offline modes you just want to see that authenticity and in general which story you actually are creating. Every step during the preseason or regular season will shape your journey. That means all the brand building deals, personal development, and also on-ice performance tests will now be more challenging and realistic as ever before. Again, when I was watching the deep dive, it all looked really cool. But as someone who plays NHL for a very long time, I need to play the mode to actually see how good it is. On a paper, as every single deep dive we've seen so far, looks incredible. And I have a feeling that Be A Pro is something they are really trying to push this year, because the last time I think we've seen an update in Be A Pro was what, NHL 21? And yes, if you watch that deep dive or trailer which was on YouTube, then it really didn't look that interesting. Maybe in NHL 21 it was cool, but considering we also got the same thing in NHL 25, no need to say that a lot of people probably are very excited about Be A Pro and all the changes they are trying to deliver this year. The next chapter of course will be the playoff push and cup chase, and that will demand the peak performance in high pressure situations. So what EA is trying to do in Be A Pro this year is to make your story in chapters so you know where you start and also what is that end goal. And another feedback EA took on board this year was that they wanted to deliver more meaningful moments and less filler. We were sick of having the same conversations, your decisions really not impacting anything, and you still was basically able to get through all the regular season and win that Stanley Cup without a lot of effort. So yeah, like I said, on a paper it all looks really brilliant, and hopefully it actually delivers. Because what EA promises is that the days of sitting through endless repetitive small talks are over, and this year they are replacing all that with the scenes and choices that will actually matter. Apparently the standout addition this year is the new media scrum system. These scenes put you in front of reporters where your answers actually shape your path. Deliver a strong performance and the media might give you a flowers, as they mentioned in the deep dive. But if you struggle, I guess then the media will not be that nice and they'll just try to grill you. So basically everything you will answer will depend how your story will develop. And yes, we pretty much had that before, but what I noticed playing, let's say, Be A Pro last year or year before is that none of those answers you actually gave in any ways actually impacted your journey. So this year they're actually saying that it will, so I don't know, looks promising I guess. And the main goal is that they want to move away from the stat-driven objectives and allow you to go through a real experience, same as it's in real life. Every interaction will shape your professional career and have consequences if you fail. On-ice performance will still play the biggest part of your story, because of course if you dominate, you get that lineup spot, you get extra minutes, and the head coach will just trust and give you more ice time. But if you suddenly get in the slump, that means you probably will spend more time on a bench, or maybe will be even sent down to AHL, because no one really needs needs a guy who cannot do anything on the ice. Even considering when we watch the real NHL games, there are so many guys who don't even score or even give an assist or do anything, but they are still there. So, hey, EA, don't you send me down to AHL, because I know in the real life that's not always how it works. EA also has fully redesigned the Be a Pro hub, and it pretty much looks like same as we had in franchise last year, and it will show you everything you need in one place. You'll be able to see all the challenges and a track of your form score, and also they will keep you up to date with the headlines. For example, if you had a really bad interview, I guess you will make the headlines. If you scored a hat-trick in the previous game, you also will be able to see that. So this pretty much looks same as the franchise hub, but I like that they're going with the same design, and the game in general will look very similar across all the modes. And if that's the case, it will just allow you to navigate through all the menus and all the challenges and everything you need to know about Be a Pro in one screen. Also, everything you will do will impact your attribute growth and long-term progression. Energy management, for example, will be tied to your ability to unlock new X factors. So we need to make sure that we are spending our energy in the right place. Because as everything in NHL video games, even in Be a Pro, it will be about the X factors. The better X factors you have, depends on the position you are playing, the more goals you probably will score, the faster you will be, or a better defenseman or a goalie you will be. Because from what I understand, if you meet the stat requirements, you will earn points to after upgrade your X factor abilities. So again, pretty much like everywhere in NHL, you earn points to upgrade your abilities and just become a better player. So once again, really interested to see how it all will look, but yeah, looking forward. I still cannot really decide which position I will create my Be a Pro player. Definitely not a goalie, because I cannot save a beach ball, same as Hellebuck in NHL 25, but if the one-tees will not be nerfed, I'm probably a defenseman and just scoring those green one-tees from the blue line. What EA confirmed is that this system will reward you for balancing performance, growth and recovery, so your player can reach their full potential. And now the part probably what everyone is the most excited about, the presentations. And as I already said in the beginning of the video, it will play a big part of this year's update. We'll see a lot of new cutscenes, we'll see a lot of new presentations, and in general, it should look like a movie. I don't know, I don't want to sound like very negative, because I'm actually very excited about Be a Pro, but I'm just saying, until I see how it works, I will not believe it. But hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully all this looks exactly as it is in the deep dive, and if that's the case, I 100% will play it. But nonetheless, if we talk about the presentations, then some of the examples EA shared with us in the deep dive and also in the blog, and as we started our video with the World Juniors, let's also talk about the presentations we will see this year. In the World Juniors, you will be able to see the trophy celebration and the flag raising. That will capture the pride of winning on an international stage, and it will go from hosting the trophy to standing on the blue line as your team flag is raised in the victory. Again, a little cutscene, absolutely love it. So for example, Latvia wins World Juniors, at least in a video game, I will be able to see that flag going up, and I don't know, will we get the national anthems as well? Maybe, that would be cool. Then the next updates in NHL presentations, of course, will be in the NHL draft. The pick, the name, also as you are going up on the stage, giving that handshake, and just in general, making it to the league. I'm a sucker for the presentations in offline modes, like I already said multiple times, and it looks actually fun. The next cool thing they are showing us in the deep dive is that after the NHL draft, you are going into that locker room for the first time, and it actually shows how you're looking around, and as someone who is just being drafted by an NHL team, this also looks very cool. My personal favorite presentation in Be a Pro this year will be the tunnel walkouts, because I just think that's a really cool feature, and a lot of people, I know, that guy who's probably leaving those tweets every single day and tagging me about the presentations is probably also watching this video. Yes, you're finally getting your walkouts and some presentation updates, so Chris, be happy. We also obviously will see the AHL trophy celebration and Stanley Cup celebration, and if you played your full career in Be a Pro, you also will have the retirement ceremony, which actually is a really cool feature. And I guess I will need to play all Be a Pro because I really want to see how that retirement ceremony will actually look like. So basically everything they showed us, they confirmed, and it comes directly from our feedback. Do you think they delivered everything we wanted? Because I know there will be probably a lot of people who will say, yeah, but I would like this and I would like that. I think it's a good start. Is it everything we would like? Definitely not. So there is a still huge potential. If they will keep upgrading or adding new things every single year, I think Be a Pro have a huge potential. I do wish then the deep dive would be a little bit longer than 3 minutes. I don't think you can really call a video a deep dive when they only show you a little bit, because in the prior year it was around 5 to 8 minutes and now we're getting 3 minutes. So I don't know, just looks like a regular video, but maybe they will release more news as we go. And yeah, just keep an eye on NHL website, because they do release quite a lot of stuff there, which they really don't announce and put anywhere else. So now when we are done, let me know down in the comment sections below, what do you think about all the changes coming to the Be a Pro in NHL 26? Looks promising. I like all the new presentations, the stories, even the consequences, because now it actually will feel like whatever you're doing matters, and that's the main thing in my opinion when you're playing the offline modes. For someone who didn't play Be a Pro for a very long time, I do open it every single year, but I probably can only play it for around an hour, and then I get bored because it's the same thing every single year. This year, 100% I'm creating my own player and give it a go. I will definitely play one full season. I don't know if I will do a separate YouTube video how I do it, because I don't think my YouTube viewers would be interested watching my Be a Pro journey. If you do, leave a like and also comment that down below. Other than that, I really appreciate you watching. As we are approaching NHL 26, there will be a lot of content coming out every single day. So if you want to make sure you don't miss the next video, make sure you subscribe. And as always, appreciate you watching. Have a good one and see you on the ice.